Hey everyone. I don't know why I just decided to randomly do a video at 3:16 in the morning, but I don't know, something just came to me and I guess I just had to. Here recently I have decided to actually finally choose a religion that I think suits me. I haven't told everyone yet, so people who watch this may be shocked or may be mad at me, but I really don't care because it's my decision to make. But I recently chosen to convert to Satanism, and it's really not what everybody thinks it is. Everyone is always like, oh, if you're a Satanist, you worship the devil. You go through weird rituals and you make blood sacrifices and you worship Satan. It's really not true. That's just something that other people in different religions have made up about Satanism to make it look bad or unethical. I wanted to explain myself because a lot of people really just don't understand what Satanism is about. I think if they read into it a little bit, they'll actually understand it, you know. Basis for Satanism is the 9 satanic statements. Number 1 is Satanism represents indulgence. Number 2, Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams. 3, Satanism represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. 4, we represent kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. 5, represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. 6, responsibility to the responsible. 7, Satan represents man as just another animal. 8, we represent all of the so-called sins as they lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. 9, it is my favorite. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had as he's kept it in business all these years. What I think, well, while I was reading the Satanic Bible, wow, I have believed in this my whole life, and I'm reading this, and these are all of my beliefs in a book. Realize that all of my beliefs actually had a religion, you know? It's just that great moment when you're like, wow, I've actually found some meaning in my life right now. Religions of a spiritual nature are inventions of man. He's created an entire system of gods with nothing more than his carnal brain. Just because he has an ego and cannot accept it, he has to externalize it into some great spiritual device which he calls God. Basically, with Satanism, it's kind of a branch of atheism. But the only reason why it's even called Satanism is because they wanted to make the religion controversial. So they gave the religion a very controversial name. What this means is we're all human. You know, religion was created by man. God was created by man. And let's face it, we are all our own gods in our own way. We choose to do things. We make the choices that we make, and there are outcomes for those choices. So we basically lead our own lives. I mean, if you make a certain choice, a certain outcome will happen. If you make a different choice, another outcome will happen. It's just, I guess, the balance of life. Satanism also, it points out that we're humans, we're animals, just like, you know, a dog or a goat. You know, we're all animals, so we all have carnal instincts. What is sin? Sin is basically anything that other religions or churches tell you is bad or is wrong, but everyone sins. So if everyone sins, and it's human nature to sin, then why should we put restrictions on human nature? How is there even a balance between good and bad? Who creates the difference between good and bad? If man created God, that would mean man would create the difference between good and bad. And why should we set limits for ourselves when we're all just going to sin anyways? I'm reading this passage out of the Satanic Bible, and it's about the 7 deadly sins of the Christian church. I'm not trying to be, rude to Christians or anything. My mom's a Christian. I know a lot of my friends are Christians, and 7 deadly sins of the Christian church are greed, pride, envy, anger, gluttony, lust, and sloth. Satanism advocates indulging in each of these sins as they all lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. Now, to most people, that sounds really bad. But to the Satanist, if you can actually understand the entire concept, it just flows together. A Satanist knows there's nothing wrong with being greedy, as it only means that he wants more than he already has. Everyone wants more in life. Everyone wants more than what they have. Envy means to look with favor upon possessions of others, and to be desirous of obtaining similar things for oneself. When someone walks up to you and they're like, "Oh, hey, I really like your shirt," and they're like, "Where did you get that?" Obviously, they're asking you where you got it because they want the same shirt or something similar to that, and that's envy. That's an everyday sin. People do that on a daily basis, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a bad thing. Envy and greed are the motivating forces of ambition, and without ambition, very little of any importance would be accomplished. Gluttony is simply eating more than you need to keep yourself alive. And when you've overeaten to the point of obesity, another sin, which is pride, will motivate you to regain an appearance that will renew your self-respect. We all eat more than we're supposed to. I know I'm guilty of this. I just love Taco Bell too much. Now, everyone wants to look good. Everyone does. I'm always obsessing about my weight, my hair, my face. I obsess about everything. I obsess about how I look constantly, and I know a lot of other people do this, and that's a sin too, and it shouldn't be. So anyone who wants to look good, basically, is guilty of pride. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to bash the Christian church. I'm not trying to bash anything, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in a heaven or hell. I don't believe in Satan. I believe in living life as long as we have it. We live, we're buried in the ground after we die. As I said before, Satanism is looked upon as some kind of terrible religion. I just really wish more people out there would look into it and actually understand the full concept before they say, "Oh, you worship Satan," because it's nothing like that. I'm just acknowledging the fact that I am human and that I sin, and so does everyone else. And I'm thinking outside of the box. I'm thinking, why? Why do we put restrictions on ourselves for things that are our nature, our human nature to do? Everyone has sinned. Everyone's been prideful. Everyone has had envy. That's basically that's basically the gist of Satanism. It's not everything, but if you don't understand it, I apologize. I just really get it because I've known, I've believed in things like this my whole life, and I just couldn't find a religion for it, and I just couldn't place it. I couldn't find a name for it. I feel really awkward for saying all of this on YouTube because I know a lot of people who would get kind of upset or disappointed with me, but I guess I just want to be myself and have everyone accept me for who I am. Thank you guys for watching, and I thank you for subscribing, and I hope you guys kind of get the gist and understand why I chose Satanism and why you should kind of read into it, I guess, if you're lost like I was. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.